So if we have completed an action, for example, as we said, in the evening you came back from the school and you are busy with the homework. So after completing your homework, you went and started to play with our friends. Okay. So when your mother or father saw you playing, they will ask, then what about your homework? Isn't it? Then what do we do? I did my homework. Isn't it? I wrote my homework. Isn't it? Sometimes our friends will call us for playing, and your mother may give you a glass of milk or something to eat. Isn't it? Then we say, I ate my food, or I drank the milk. Sometimes we may be absent to the school. The next day when we come, the teacher may ask, why were you absent yesterday? Then we say, we went to the temple. Right? We went to the temple. So these are sentences. Okay, we can add yesterday. Okay, so these are different words that we use to express actions which are completed. Okay, and this is known as a simple past tense. Okay, so simple past tense is used when we have to express some action which is already done, completed. Okay, so simple past tense is used to express actions which are already completed, and usually we add words like yesterday, okay, or okay, I'll write here earlier. So I wrote my homework earlier. I ate my food a little while ago, or last month. Okay, so these kinds of words we use means yesterday means it's mentioning a time which is not today, yesterday, in the past. Earlier means now I am playing earlier. Before playing, I have completed my homework. Okay, then I ate my food a little while ago. Okay, it has been 5 or 10 minutes earlier. Then we went to Hyderabad last month. Okay, so we usually use these words yesterday, earlier, last month, or last night, or a month ago, or last week. These words are used to express the time of this action being completed. Right? Now, see, we use a verb here, na? Went, wrote, ate. Okay, we actually write go here, or write here, or eat here. Okay, so these words, went is known as the past tense form of the verb go. Okay, wrote is a past tense form of write. Ate is the past tense form of eat. Okay, can be a bit confusing. I will explain it. So in the present tense, here past tense. Okay, now We say play in a present tense. We say played in a past tense. Right? We say jump. In past tense, we say it as a jumped. We say cook. Here it is a cooked. We say eat. Here it is a ate. We say drink. Here it is a drank. We say sleep. Here it is a slept. Okay, so verbs have these kinds of multiple forms, different forms. One is a present tense, second is a past tense. So many of the verb, what they do is they add ed. What do they do? They add ed, okay, to form their past tense forms. Means with the verb, if we add ed, we will get the past tense forms. But some verbs are there, they have different words in their past tense form. Or if we write go, we have went as the past tense. So in simple past tense, we will be using the past tense form of the verbs. Okay, so verbs have two different forms. Still more forms are there, but here we are comparing only two forms. Okay, present tense and past tense. So some verbs get their past tense form by adding ed to the present tense form of the verb. Some verbs have different words as their past tense. Okay, so words like play, jump, cook, they have played, jumped, cooked, means adding ed. Right? When we read the textbook, we can come across a lot of verbs and we need to think how we can form the past tense form of this verb. Should I add ed or have they got some different words as a past tense form? Okay, so some words add ed and some words just have different words. Clear? Now, when we are dealing with the simple present tense, we said that there are two different types of verbs, no? What were they? What were the two different types of special kind of verbs that we come across when we dealt with the simple present tense? Yes. Status verbs or the be verbs. And the second one was possession verbs or have verbs. Do you remember that? Okay. So for this status verbs and possession verbs also, there is a present tense and a past tense difference. For example, in present tense we had is, am, and are, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so in present tense we had is, am, and are. In past tense we have was and were. Okay, if I classify it still specifically, that is better. So we have is and am in present tense. For that we have was in past tense. We have are in present tense. We have were in past tense. Okay. So is and are, was, are, were. Okay. Now here we have has, have. For both has and have, we have only one past tense form, that is had. Okay. For example, okay, I'll write any other color. Yeah. I am a student. In present tense. In past tense, that becomes I was a student. Okay, we can write he is my friend. We can say he was my friend. He was my friend. Now here we can say boys are playing. Here we can say boys were playing. Boys are playing changes into boys were playing. Here he has a car becomes he had a car. Here they have a house. Here becomes they had a house. Right? See, now let us check. See here, am changes into was. Here is changes into was. Here are changes into were. Has changes into had. Have changes into had. Okay, so simple past tense are used for expressing actions that are completed. Usually we use words like yesterday, earlier, previously, last day, last night, last week, or a week ago, or a month ago kind of words to show the time of the completion of the action. Right? We usually use a past tense form of the verbs. Past tense forms can be gained by adding ed. Most of the verbs have ed added past tense forms. Some verbs have different words being used as a past tense form. Okay. Now, past tense forms are there for status verbs and possession verbs also. Status verbs is and am, we have a common past tense was. Are is were. Has and have had a common past tense. Has and have had a common past tense had. Alright. So these are the three tenses that we have to learn about in this lesson. And in the next class, we will do some exercises or activities related to this grammar portion. Alright. So till then, take care.